Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, please leave a like on this video. I would appreciate it. The algo would appreciate it. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so I'm actually going to start off here because I'm going to delete some lines here because they're not going to be too relevant to this video. But in case anybody sees it before market close, there you go. All right. This is the pre-market level that I've been watching, and we've actually been stalling here at the pre-market low. So if we do get a 5-minute close above it and we flip that, then hey, we have something that's been different than what we've gotten all day. Why have we traded flat all day? We had Jerome Powell testifying to the House all day, and holy cow, did I not think it was going to go on for 3 hours. But let me quickly, before we go over the charts, let me quickly just sum up what I heard today. All right. Every single speaker, pretty much, like, I'm not going to say every single speaker, but there were probably like 5 variations of these questions that got asked, and you just kept circling and circling and circling. Let me just sum this up. All right. Jerome Powell, things are bad. All right. Things can only really end badly. Do you agree? Now I'm Jerome Powell, right? I'm Jerome Powell. This is how I'm answering. Well, the economy and the banking sector is resilient and strong, and I think we can handle this. But we are going to get our inflation back down to our inflationary target at 2%. It will happen. That was literally it all day, guys. It went on from 10 to about 1. And holy cow, Jerome dodged saying yes or no to these things every single question. It was just nonstop. So they definitely were trying to pin him in the corner and trying to get him to admit something bad about the economy, and it just couldn't happen. Here is the thing, guys. We're going to come over here to the economic calendar. So we had this, all right? We had this today. We had, he was testifying to the House panel. We have him testifying to the Senate panel tomorrow. So there is a very high likelihood that we literally get the same exact thing tomorrow, all right? If he was able to manage not exposing the economy and the underlying conditions today, there's a strong possibility he does that tomorrow. So I think it's going to just matter on the technicals here, because I don't think much is going to be different tomorrow. So that being said, all right, let's get into the charts. You have this white line right here. You have this pre-market low right here. All right, if you can get above this white line, you do have a straight shot up here to 437.50-ish. So now that we don't need these, let's get rid of those, because what I want to point out here is on the hourly time frame. So, no, actually not on the hourly time frame. We come over to the 4-hour. Why do I have my indicators back up? Why? Because they're finally relevant again. We finally cycled back down. You guys have wondered why I have been using it. That's the exact reason. They have not been relevant. And, you know, there's like no reason to clutter the chart if it's not relevant. So I'm going to point out QQQ and SPY, the stochastic and CCI, are in the same spots we have gotten these previous bounces. I am going to point out, if you do see this 4-hour RSI get down here, even if you're in a downtrend / going sideways, that is typically where you're looking for bounces, or you're looking for a bullish divergence to carve out, which gives you a big bounce. All right, you started getting down over here. All right, you went down over there. There was another $5 move. But if you know, just look at what came out of that. You had $10 from the start of that bullish divergence. So that is what I'm going to be looking for, getting down there. And I am going to tell you my personal opinion right now. I think this thing is going to end up holding, but I am going to point out that QQ did lose support, and we are now going to have to get over that. We actually do have a potential bear flag in the making right here on the 5-minute time frame, but because it's the lower time frame, we don't need to clutter the chart with it today. But yeah, you do have your stochastic and your CCI in the same spot you've been getting all of these other bounces. Let's just literally put a line where our RSI is right now. All right, right there. And you can also see this is where we have gotten all of the other bounces the last 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so the last 3 times. And where did that start? It was all the way down here at 316. So, you know, if we are not starting the downtrend right now and we're going to go back up, then yeah, you have a solid shot of bouncing here. Now, let's say we don't bounce here. Well, guess what? All right, you're probably just going to come down here and get buyers stepping in over here. So I told you guys, you know, I just like over here on, you know, QQQ. All right, QQ and SPY, they ran into resistance, just like sellers were stepping in where they should have been stepping up here on QQ. Well, guess what? Over here on SPY, buyers should be stepping in at the August high in order to validate this move. If you get down here and you do end up getting this close underneath this August high, guys, that is not going to be good. That is a sign of weakness. And I would have to assume, yeah, they're probably going to push you back up, but it's going to be for a lower high. Now, if we do end up recovering from here, excuse-moi, if we do end up recovering from here and we do push up past the high, then boom, that puts this in as the higher low. The current point in time, we are going to have to come all the way down here to 426 to go test the the last higher low we had here on the daily time frame. And over on QQ, I've been calling out this 358 level over here. All right, it's actually like 350, 750-ish. But that is what you are needing to test in order to see weakness over here in QQ. If not, guys, the trend is still up. The trend is going to be your friend until the end. So I cannot deny that one. I don't know why my trend line changed there, though. All right, there we go. You do see we did break through this trend line. So I wouldn't be surprised if you come test that. But I would have to assume now that we're getting this action over here, you're probably going to see buyers stepping over here. All right. Sorry if it's not what some of you guys want to see. All right. But it is something that I'm going to show you. Now, what I'm also going to show you is over here on the hourly time frame. Let's quickly just take this off. I actually did point out you had this bullish divergence going on. So you did know, hey, buyers were stepping up. Or at least they were trying to step up. But let's take these off and just look at that RSI. All right, guys, you do have a bullish divergence going on your RSI from here to here. From there to there, you are coming down into where buyers would have likely stepped up anyway. All right, over here, there's a very strong likelihood you are going to have buyers come in. So if you do make it down there, if you're going against the trend with puts, I would be taking the profits on this puts. That's just my personal opinion. All right, just know nothing you hear on this channel is financial advice. I'm definitely not qualified to do so. Yeah, I'm just learning as I go. All right, that is. Guys, we're one giant community here. And hey, if you are new to the community, hey, glad to have you. All right. You will find consistent insights day to day here on the charts. And if there's not anything much like yesterday's video, all right, guys, there wasn't much new. Yesterday's Webull update, there wasn't much new. I need to see some structure form on the chart before I can really report to you guys. There was nothing new. We just had to it was a waiting game. We'd see what happened. All right, but as you see, we did form the bullish divergence, and it happened right on yesterday's low of day. So that was where I was looking for this morning for buyers to step in over there. All right, you can actually come down to the 15-minute time frame. You also had a slight bullish divergence going on right there as well. QQQ does not look as pretty. All right, but QQQ did come right down into your demand zone down here, and now we are testing this support. So while it was support, now it's probably going to be turned into resistance unless we can reclaim it. We're going to have to see. I do want to point out right now, SPY is red while VIX is red. All right, you guys have maybe been wondering why I've been talking about VIX. Guys, VIX has been, I don't want to call VIX broken, all right? I think it's literally just showing us what's going on in the, on the option chain over on SPX. You have a bunch of short-dated calls likely being bought, and guess what? People probably aren't buying puts on these dips because, you got what's been happening recently. Do you see what's been happening? All right, you've been skyrocketing. Guys, I still do think we're in a bull trap, but I'm telling you right now, all right, what I say, I'm not just looking at bearish things, guys. I'm doing my best to keep out that bearish bias from the analysis, and I did point out, hey, we had a few scenarios. All right, right now, if we do come up here and pass 443.50, 443.50 again on SPY, your next shot is going to be up there at 450. That's why I am keeping this on the chart. Be open to it. All right, the last thing I really want to, well, not last thing, I'm going to come over to IWM, and I'm going to point out, we got two more things I want to pull up. IWM did have a breakout here, and you want to see a 4-hour close above this wedge because that is the time frame I made this on. But yeah, you want to see a 4-hour close above this, and you probably end up coming back here. So just a little trade idea if anybody wants to, take advantage. All right, you would be risking this right here. Last thing though, over here, Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin is the star of the show today, guys. Do you see what's going on? All right, I'm going to point out the last time we had a similar setup was over here. You had resistance, you stalled out, came down, you kept making this, you made this lower low. All right, people were probably like, crypto's going to die. Oh, boom, boom, boom. All right, but guess what? You came up to it, all right, and you had this increasing buy volume on this day. The next day, you tested your resistance with, again, increasing buy volume. Guess what? Do you see how much higher this volume is over here? It's pretty decent, all right? So that does suggest buyers are going to be getting their way tomorrow, and look what happened last time. All right, you did end up stalling out for a few days underneath that, but boom, you carried on, and let's just see over that resistance, you did go another 23%. So are we going to go another 23%? Probably not, but like I'm just gonna, guys, we're gonna take things as we go. That's what we do here on the channel. All right, I did adjust the trend line. I don't know why it is showing that, but it actually should be We do there. Yeah, we'll do it right there. All right, so that is the new trend line that we will be watching here on the channel. Just like that. So we pointed out on this day, you did break your downtrend. We pointed out over here, you did break out from this falling wedge. So this is when you knew about it. Let me just go over Mara and Riot. So I told the Discord I will not be touching this, Mara or Riot, just because I think the opportunity came when, you know, you were down here, or on Mara, you were at the bottom of the range over here. All right, or, you know, before this started happening. But I am going to point out, it does look like you are going to get that increasing buy volume over here on both of these names. And Riot is right underneath this bull flag, all right? Or right underneath the upper trend line of this bull flag. So with Bitcoin, if it does decide to do that thing, all right? Let's actually put this over here. Oh, that is not that. That is that, all right? Oh, it's already up there. Look at that. I'm blind. I do have glasses, but I guess I'm just blind. So yeah, if Bitcoin does decide to explode up over here, you do have, guys, buyers are back in the move. That's what I'm getting at, all right? I did think maybe you were going to get rejection here, but that's why we take things as we go. If you do end up seeing this thing explode, let's just look at where your next resistance is going to be. It's going to be all the way up here at 32 point, I think it's 32.4, 32.376. That's what it's going to be. Let's put that on the chart. All right, let's put it like that. All right, so that would be your next resistance if you want a zone. All right, it's going to be something like this, but, you know, I think it's probably going to respect the resistance in this case over the zone just because it's so close. And guess what? If you do end up busting through that, you have nothing up until 37K up there. So that is a thing. Let's actually take this. Do we have, oh, what is that? A bull flag. All right, so if you are going to look at it like this, all right, there you go. Boom. All right, 35K right there. I'm going to take this off the board. We didn't end up hitting it, and, you know, it's not relevant, and that's why I was hesitant to put it on before, because we had this uptrend right here. So I was like, you know, this might not be hit. I thought it might be hit with, like, a wick. It was not. All right, I think that is pretty much it. DIA did come back and back test that bull flag, it does look like. All right, so we could see that thing off the race. You do have this inverse head and shoulders I called out not too long ago. But yeah, guys, if SPY does end up closing down with VIX down, then you do have an 85% chance that you, over the next 2 trading sessions, that you have an update on SPY. We have Jerome testifying tomorrow. You know, we do clear as day. You can see on the daily time frame, we have buyers stepping in. There's no denying that. All right, someone left a comment yesterday. Why are we looking, or like, it's funny that we're looking at bullish scenarios in this, you know, like right now at a top or something like that. I don't remember the exact, I'm paraphrasing. All right. But this is why, all right, because I've been trying to say, guys, I'm unbiased. Now I've let go of positions that would have made me biased, so that does also suck. But like now I'm glad. All right, I'm really glad because now, you know, I'm able to just take the setups that I see. All right, and then yeah. That being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and peace.